Gary V. The biggest thing I'll say right out of the bat is I think Gary needs to launch a new YouTube channel. Yes. So Gary, what he does, and I'm going to go into this a little more, is we have a mixture of Gary talking to us and a mixture of Gary talking to a live audience. And you'll see, like, if we're looking at the Poppy Marketing Unlock here, we have Gary not making a video specifically for YouTube, but rather being live with Poppy's co-founder, Allison Ellsworth, and talking about stuff, marketing, great. The thing is, there's a difference between this type of video that like is a repurposed form of live content versus an actual video. Like if you look at Alex Hormozy, all right. So
I've been in business for 14 years, acquisition.com, our portfolio.
So what Alex does a lot of the time is like, he'll have some live, but most of the time it's like very specific for the video. He's making this content all to be in this YouTube video versus Gary. The YouTube video comes second here. The first is the audience that's there. So what Gary needs to do is overhaul his YouTube. This page, Gary V, needs to turn into Gary V Live. And then Gary Vaynerchuk, the person, which could be Gary V YouTube, needs to be launched from scratch. The reason why I say this is because we need Gary's YouTube videos to be solely devoted to YouTube specific purposes in order for him to succeed. Why is this the case? Because right now, it's a little too all over the place. Let's just start high level. 42 minutes, 18 minutes, 13 minutes, 1 minute, 58 minutes, 36 minutes, 42 minutes, 4 minutes, 49 minutes, 42 minutes, an hour and 22 minutes, 12 seconds. There are 3 videos that are 141, 456, 12 seconds. It's a total, it's all less than 5 minutes. And ironically, you'd think that the lower amount of time a YouTube video is, the more views it might get. Wrong. 11,000 views under all of these. 18,000 views under all of these. 27,000 views under all of these. So the first thing I'll say, I mean, actually not, but like, we're going to say 27,000 is like an underperformer relative to his content. Or like mid, but like it's a 12-second video. So like, I get that he's like, okay, I impacted 27,000 people. But the impact could be much stronger. We need to eliminate these off the channel. We don't need them. We don't need the minute 41. Put it in short, great, next. It doesn't belong on this binge platform. Okay, so we have here, this is Gary speaking live. Marketing secret. I have to go to the middle. Okay, so this right here is what I'll say is like Gary speaking to the camera and talking head form. This is the type of video I want on like the Gary Vaynerchuk channel. Stylistically, we're not talking about structure because I don't know what the structure is. I haven't watched the whole thing, but just stylistically, I want this type of content where he's looking directly at the camera. That's great. Because that's the purpose per se. This less. The reason is because it's a live stream talking to his audience, and I feel like the focus is not specific to the beginning of the video. The job being safe is a snippet of this, which is fine. I think there are formats that work where you pretty much say like, hey, there's a really cool moment. I want to use that as a thumbnail because it all leads into that. But this is not a lead into. This is kind of like a random assortment. It's just Q&A. It's a Q&A tea with Gary V. And like, as a viewer, I'm not expected to do Q&A. I want how long is this? It's a 42-minute video. I want a 42-minute video on why my job isn't safe. I don't want a 42-minute video on like a Q&A when I click it. I don't know. Think about it like this. People are just clicking it. Is your job actually safe? I don't want the Q&A. I just want that. And if it's the Q&A, it has to perfectly like go along with that thumbnail, but I want you to talk about our job's actually not safe, talk about the story of AI, talk about why people are underutilizing it, speak to someone about it, but like we can't have the Q&A that gets sneaked up on by like a really cool thumbnail title situation. Not to say this is like a great thumbnail, just it's not related. It's not cohesive per se. Biggest marketing secret, fine. It's free. Let's see.
Social media.
Gary V Live. Gary V Live. And I don't think Gary should be strategizing his Gary V Live channel as much. I think he should just do his thing. Like, make a thumbnail, do it, great, move on. I think this is a great Gary V Live situation. For Gary V, I think, okay, this is where I would say, like, next level thought for Gary is he needs someone that is going to essentially hold him accountable to producing specific content for YouTube because that's the way he's going to grow. Because like, this is not going to work. For Gary, 24,000 views is not good. We need like 240,000 views to 500,000 views a video on the 18-minute video for it to be effective. We're not getting that at any of these. So like, I think it's a big restart. We haven't even gotten into the video structure. We haven't even watched any of it. I'm just saying like high level overview. Great. Another just thing that I want to point out is I really like Gary and people like him speaking as they're on the move or like doing things. Like if he's behind the stage in a car, like I like the idea of using what you are doing as part of your video. I think it's important that people see you in action and like see that you're an actual human, especially for people like him that are so big time. Like, why would you not want to show off all the things you do because you're so cool, right? And I'm like being dead honest. I'm not saying that in like a bad way. Okay, I'm gonna read some titles. Is your job actually safe? Safe jobs are dead. I don't like closing the loop on the title. Like, it's question: is your job actually safe? Safe jobs are dead. If you know the answer, why am I gonna watch it? Like, what's the reason to watch that? 2026 marketing secret: the biggest marketing opportunity you're sleeping on in 2026. The audience right now, I don't know. Like, I have a tough time with these types of things because you have someone like Gary that like appeals to such a wide audience, but like his video is kind of specific, but there's enough people that are willing to listen to his perspective on collectibles that maybe we could say that collectibles are like something about collectibles being underrated. Also, like there's so much real estate taken by the text, which we kind of see right here. And I don't really get anything from the collectibles. There's no contrast. So like it's hard to tell like what the video is about. And there's like 8 different collectibles. I think you could use one collectible as like something that you're holding up as like, this will make you $1 million. Like right here. Like that to me is more appealing versus like this marketing big opportunity with like all these random things. Like this one thing will make you $1 million. Watch it, 18-minute video. And then you talk about it. That's kind of like, I would think is a better one. This is the greatest opportunity of our lifetime. It's free. I'm going to guess it's social media. I feel like most people know that. Video still performed relatively well. You could make the play in the fact that like social media is not... I mean, there are a lot of ways to package this. And I don't really know what's coming in this video, unfortunately, with like, it's free. It's a live speaking stream. It's you versus you, the reality check you need. I have no idea what this means. Marketing unlock, great. How do you switch careers in AI era? There's a lot, again. Oh, I think this is a good idea. How to switch careers in the AI era. If you make an actual video about that, let's see.
Admit it. There's too much opportunity. Next question, everybody.
Margie asks, how can we move away from hostile workplace?
Nah, we don't want Q&A. That's repurposed. I think Q&A's got to get cut. But how to switch careers in an AI era is like actually not a bad idea because I think a lot of people like struggle with. But like, the idea of how to switch careers in AI era is fine. The title to me is like, start here, LinkedIn with don't like your job. There's a lot of text. I almost would rather say like what not to do. Like starting here in LinkedIn, it's like kind of obvious. Like we know that. And you're like, you're pointing it out. I don't know. I don't see the reason to, like there's no tension created here. Nothing you see is real in 36 months. So this is future. This is present. That's kind of confusing to me. Nothing you see is real in 36 months. You won't believe any video online. That's fine. But like, I think you need to like maybe use your face as a proxy. Cause like this doesn't make, this like billboard for this doesn't make any sense. Like there's so much potential in a billboard for that in 36 months, you won't believe any video online. That's not getting accomplished here. Nothing you see is real because like people, that's wrong because that's like present day. You got to like say like 2028 and show what 2028 looks like or 2029. I feel like that's something that's like appealing to me. Like, oh my God, like what is it going to look like in 2029? Like I'm really curious about that. I'm not curious about like the fact that nothing that I see is real right now because it's not even true. I'm going to like, let's go into the structure of a video. Biggest marketing opportunity you're sleeping on in 2026.
One of the biggest marketing opportunities that most people are sleeping on in 2026 and beyond is using collectibles and collectible strategy to enhance the relationship with their current consumers, opening up new audiences, and finding new revenue streams. And what's most...
Each of those 3 things should have like B-roll or graphics to go along and emphasize it, especially for like the way that stylistically he put out the video in the beginning. I just commenting.
Exciting is whether you're a mom and pop single creator or one of the Fortune 50 and everybody in between, PE backed, VC backed, or listed on the New York Stock Exchange, this matters to you. And this isn't new. Hostess, yes, the cupcakes. In the 70s, we're putting base.
I think this part is like a good idea, but I think we jumped into it a little too early. And I think one of Gary's things that he does, a tendency, is to jump in a little earlier and not like massage the mind to like wanting to listen to his content. Because I think I'm going to go back actually. This is a good thought here. It's this video. And what like the example is right here is like Gary uses a short form intro for long form YouTube, and that's like the biggest mistake you can make because it's a completely different video. Let's see.
5 trends that are going to define 2026. Number 1, the individual empire.
You see that? Like 5 trends, 1. The hop in early feels right. And it feels normal, especially coming from like a non-YouTube background of like short form social media. But the reality is I want to be massaged into, and I'm going to keep saying the word massage, like I want to be massaged into 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like I don't want to just like, I need to understand why it's important. I need more context and like why it's so important before we even get into 1. The whole idea of using a short form hook for a long form video is a problem. And like there's a different structure of like, the way that it gets presented. So like the first thing that you got to do let's go back. There it is. Right here. You got to confirm that this is the right click. Consumer. So that was confirmed really quickly. And then like after that, we need to open up a new loop. We need to create more attention before we kind of hop in here. Like it's too revealing, too explicit right away, especially for a 14-minute video. Like again, this is not a 1-minute video. There's a lot to be had, and we need to convince someone before they like continue watching that they need to continue watching for the next LeBron and Bronny, love it, for the next 14 minutes. And you do that by opening up like new components of the intro. Just hopping right in doesn't allow you to do that, and I think for that reason people are going to fall off because if this was at 2 minutes, people might understand like why he's giving context now, but otherwise, right, it's like next. Gary is so good at freestyle. I wonder if what he would be like, and this is like for his team, like, I wonder what he would be like if you add constraints to his freestyle. He's a freestyle rapper. But freestyle rapper is like kind of tough to do on YouTube unless you're doing live. And if you're doing live, great, do it. But like for these types of YouTube videos, maybe we could create just like some constraint of like what he could talk about in certain buckets, because he's not like a normal guy. Like we're not giving Gary a script to read off of. That's not who he's for. I think these ideas need to be thought about beforehand before he talks about it, so then the video can be structured around these ideas. But right now, this, you know what I think? It feels like a brainstorming session of him. I just don't think it's formatted for YouTube. It's good. Like I want to hear this, but we need to fix the structure and essentially think about what we're going to talk about beforehand, and then let him freestyle within those constraints before letting him just freestyle about the topic, because it's not actually going to lead to higher attention throughout the video. And I think this intro actually was like better effort. I want to listen to it again.
One of the biggest marketing opportunities that most people are sleeping on in 2026 and beyond is using collectibles and collectible strategy to enhance the relationship with their current consumers, opening up new audiences, and finding new revenue streams. And what's most exciting is whether you're
the pace kind of like dives down and the music stops too quickly. Like I want more music. I want to like, you gotta like drag that out a little. Like I just feel like the energy gets sucked out of the intro like quickly, and that's not good. That'll leave to drop off. And then I think the last thing I'll say about that is this is not the billboard that is going to get that many views. It's too all over. I gave like what would be better, but I think you just need to like focus on starting. I think overall better thumbnail. The title that's generic could work for Gary because he's like a guy that appeals to a lot of people. I get that. But like we got to be a little more specific with kind of like what this idea is, and then plan out the video and give him control. Again, he's a freestyle rapper. I'm going to keep saying it. He's a freestyle rapper. So like we want him to freestyle, but we need him to freestyle within certain constraints that are planned out beforehand so that people actually want to stay on longer. And then this intro has got it. His intros in general, there's like have to drag on for longer, but not drag. They have to be like high pace, high energy, going right into high energy point one versus like the air getting sucked out of it right away. And I think his videos do well. But like we also think this video out, this video out, this video out, this video out, this video out. Like these are all, they're not, like this is the format that I want. Better, he's looking at the camera. This video out, this video extended in, more planned in. This video out, this video out, this video out. This is all for the new channel. It's not out where like you're Xing it out for Gary V. We're Xing it out for like the Gary V long form. We're trying to get a lot of viewership type channel. It's almost like Gary. You should start from scratch, pretend that no one knows who you are, and build from there. And I think you'll get much better viewership and more brand awareness spread about your brand. Thank you for the time if you made it this far, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I guess. All right.